Women of Ireland, your glory's in the shade. Your dreams, they have gone and decayed. The deeds you have done, they all went unsung by no bard or no one. For without you there is nothing except love songs in the wind, and all of your struggles and despair, and there were castles in the air. Shouted from every mountain on high, and the four winds will sigh for Ireland. Ireland's your glory, and your monuments built on your sorrow and pain. For if ever the seas and the oceans run dry, tears of struggles and of joy, and all of your sadness and your pain would fill the oceans up again. Daughters of Erin, to the common man, your dream was to see Ireland free. Through agrarian struggles, we're determined to win, and from there to begin. There you were, dressed for rebellion, but your beauty could not hide your sorrow and suffering and despair, and there were castles in the air. Shouted from every mountain on high, and the four winds will sigh for Ireland. Ireland's your glory, and your monuments built on your sorrow and pain. For if ever the seas and the oceans run dry, tears of struggle and of joy, and all of your sadness and your pain would fill the oceans up again. Women of courage, you suffered in your silence. You kept Ireland's spirit alive. You were imprisoned, your people enchained, but you never gave in. In troubled days of old Ireland, you were the brave ones who fought through oppression and famine and despair, and there were castles in the air. Shouted from every mountain on high, and the four winds will sigh for Ireland. Ireland's your glory, and your monuments built on your sorrow and pain. For if ever the seas and the oceans run dry, tears of struggles and of joy, and all of your sadness and your pain would fill the oceans up again.
Fáilte agus cosa hana 𝐀𝐩𝐫. Well, a happy Easter or Passover or Ramadan or whatever you're celebrating today. We wish you a very joyful day, one filled with hope that this day represents. Today, we're going to be listening to songs that reflect the 1916 Easter Rising, which began on Easter Monday, April 24th, through the 29th. It was 6 days of rebellion that resulted in the execution of 16 of the Easter Rising leaders. We are doing this today on Cave Radio, CRBradio.com, because it is Easter Sunday. And normally at the Gaelic League on Easter, for most of the years, COVID's really changed the scheduling a little bit, we have had a commemorative Easter Mass program and meal. And that isn't happening this year. The Gaelic League is closed today. So those of you that were thinking you were coming down to enjoy the afternoon of socializing with family members and friends and having a good potluck meal and a Mass to go with it, and a nice little program about the Easter Rebellion, that is not, our Easter Rising is not happening today. However, on the radio show today, we are going to be reflecting that time in Irish history. A lot can be learned by the songs, and so we will do so today. We started with Women of Ireland by the Wolf Tones, and I want to give a good shout out to a wonderful woman who was on this program last week, but along with many helpers, put on a fabulous program yesterday for the Easter commemorative brunch, and a wonderful program. Delicious food, all you could eat, and then a very nice bit of history through music and videos and talk. So thanks to Delia Bryan, one of our newer, younger members of the Gaelic League Irish American Club, for a wonderful afternoon of fun, learning more, and enjoying the company of each other, and going away very satisfied and full. We are broadcasting live, as we do every Sunday. So if there is news you'd like to share with us, you're welcome to call in to 313-942-0159. I'm here with my friend Bruce Smith. This is Kathleen O'Neill, and we look forward to listening and learning through the songs today. So next up, where are we going with this? We're going to go to here. We were fortunate in the Detroit area. If you're listening from out of the Metro Detroit area or out of state, you need to realize Detroit is very there's not a whole lot of Irish anymore, but we have a very, very strong Irish community and some wonderful, wonderful musicians that a number of years ago put together an album of songs about Easter week, and it's what is it, Detroit? Who fears, or Detroit doesn't fear, now I'm going to mess it all up. My wonderful musicians, sorry guys, because they actually did this album and the proceeds went to help sponsor this program. And so we want to thank all of them. And we are going to be playing songs from various artists. It's Detroit Sings of Easter Week, instead of Who Fears to Speak of Easter Week. Detroit sings. So we're going to start with Frank Kennedy, one of our local musicians, very talented, with the song Freedom Sons, followed up with Tommy Drinahan and the Irish Monarchs with Rebels of Our Land, and then followed up with Patrick Carey, another one of our local musicians who is on this album with Dying Rebel. Enjoy, and thanks to all of our musicians.
At Easter time, 1916, when flowers bloomed and leaves were green, there dawned a day when freedom's cry called on brave man, come fight or die. They were the man with the vision, the man with the cause, the man who defied their oppressors' laws, the man who traded their chains for guns. Born into slavery, they were freedom's sons. In Dublin town, they fought and died with Pierce, McDermott, and McBride. Ourselves alone, their battle cry, and freedom rang through that Easter sky. They were the man with the vision, the man with the cause, the man who defied their oppressors' laws, the man who traded their chains for guns. Born into slavery, they were freedom's sons. A poet's dream that sparked that flame, a raging fire it soon became. And from that fire of destiny arose a nation proud and free. They were the man with the vision, the man with the cause, the man who defied their oppressors' laws, the man who traded their chains for guns. Born into slavery, they were freedom's sons. 6 counties are in bondage still. They died brave men, was this their will? Until we're free and oppression ceased, only then brave man shall sleep in peace. They were the man with the vision, the man with the cause, the man who defied their oppressors' laws, the man who traded their chains for guns. Born into slavery, they were freedom's sons. Born into slavery, they were freedom's sons.
Arise,
Rise, my friends, let us salute Republicans today. Not all who fought in freedom's cause had truer hearts than they. In prison and internment camps they lie outlawed and banned by traitors set unconquered yet, those rebels of our land. From Antrim's glens to Shannonside, from Cork to Donegal, some on the cursed border died at Mother Ireland's call. From town and glen, those gallant men our inspiration stand, and traitor shame shall ne'er defame these rebels of our land. From Wexford town and Amadown, from Monaghan and Larne, Smith, Craven, Waters, Keegan, Harl, McManus, O'Hanlon, Sarr. Though cold in death, in memory yet, unite still we all stand. But grant them rest, their names are blessed, those rebels of our land.
The night was dark and the fight was over. The moon shone down O'Connell Street. I stood alone where brave men perished. Those men have gone, their God to meet. My only son was shot in Dublin, fighting for his country bold. He fought for Ireland and Ireland only. The harp, the shamrock, green, white and gold. The first I met was a grey-haired father, searching for his only son. I said, old man, sure it's no use searching, for up to heaven your son has gone. The old man cried out, broken-hearted, bending low, I heard him say, I knew my son was too kind-hearted. I knew my son would never yield. The last I met was a dying rebel, kneeling o'er, I heard him say, God bless my home in dear Cork City, and bless the cause for which I died.
All right, we do know that this actions taken of the Easter Rising of 1916 drastically changed the course of Irish history, and was mentioned yesterday, and I meant to mention the reason for choosing that first song of Women of Ireland. We do hear about the patriots, and there are many, but they're both male and female. And when the proclamation was read, it starts off as Irish men and Irish women. Women were a big part, have been a big part, and still are, of the family life of an Irish family, and have played a major role throughout history as well. So the reason for doing it that way. And also I want to make mention, since we are on crbradio.com, we have joined with 4 other wonderful programs that air between Friday night and through Monday evening, including on Friday night, we have the Friday Night Falcha with Bobby Brooks from 4 to 7 p.m. On Saturday, the Emerald Isle Express with Matt O'Donnell airs from 1 to 4. This morning, the Rebel Rooster was up bright and early, and his program was from 10 till noon with Johnny Costello. And today, we also have on Sunday, 1 to 3, Detroit Irish Radio. And then following it up with our good friend of all of these other fellows, Pat Johnson, who had us all get on board, and we're very grateful for his direction. And Pat has aired a Irish Music Cafe for the last 6 years from 4 to 7 on Monday evening. So if you find this program, you can also find their programs Friday through Monday. Once again, a big thank you to all that were a big part of that 1960 Easter Rising Saturday brunch. I think every time we come to one of these brunches, it just gets better and better. The food has always been delicious, but the programs have really evolved into really learning sessions, and greatly appreciate that Delia Bryan has taken that on. Let's see, what do we have going on? Oh, we have birthdays. Lebraha Hana to those celebrating birthdays this week, including tomorrow is Molly McInerney's birthday. On Tuesday, Geraldine Gunther and Bridget Taylor celebrate their birthday. Wednesday, Kathy Cotoni. Friday is Jackie Kelly, Terry Murphy, and Jim Perkins. We'll be hearing a song from Terry later in this program. And then Saturday is Catherine Brennan, Loretta Surge, and Wendy Targus. So very happy birthday to all of you, and to those our listeners that are out there, we wish you all the best this week as well. I hope you're having an enjoyable birthday and a fabulous year ahead. One of the big events that's coming up this week at the Gaelic League is something that's very special. It says calling all foodies and Irish language lovers. There is going to be a presentation by a fellow from Dublin. His name is Machen Megan, who will be talking in Irish and also doing a presentation of making sourdough bread. He is incorporating both the Irish language, which is it's like I say, it's an ancient tongue that's been spoken on the island for 25 to 100 to 3,000 years, and they want to keep it alive. In fact, there's a big surge of Irish speakers in the north of Ireland currently. So this event is happening this Thursday, April 21st at 7 p.m. Tickets are $20 per person at the Gaelic League, 2068 Michigan Avenue in Detroit. If you're still in need of tickets, give Kathleen a call at 586-254-3541, or you can also call Aaron at 313-585-9023. Not only will we have this presentation, it's about 70 minutes of making the sourdough bread, but Manchin will also be giving insights into the wonderful Irish language, exploring some potent words of the landscape, terms of intuition and insight, and the many phrases that bring to life the mysterious glory of our natural world. And in the end, we will be making or churning our own butter to put on and taste that wonderful sourdough. So we're very happy to announce that, and it looks like we have our first caller, which is wonderful to hear from our good friend, Father Brendan McCarrick. Father Brendan, how are you today?
I'm very well, Kathleen. How are you today?
Well, very good. Happy Easter to you, and I know you've had a very, very busy Holy Week, and hopefully you can get in some relaxation today, although I don't know if you know that word and how to live it.
Absolutely. With the help of God, I've little plans to relax and just spend time with some friends this afternoon.
Oh, very good. So are you going to give us a little Easter greeting, but also share with us how the thing for, what is April 29th, your Downriver fundraiser is going?
Well, I tell you, Palatines are doing great at this moment in time. We've everything is moving forward in a great furrow. We're having our celebration on April the 29th in the Wyandotte Knights of Columbus, where we're having a big raffle where we're giving away our first prize of $3,500 in cash. So tickets are still available on the night or through the office at any time you want. So it's great that people are very generous in supporting the great giveaway, and there's no cover charge on the night. And on the night, we're going to be having Winter, a local group here in Wyandotte that play traditional Irish music. So there'll be lots of traditional Irish music with beautiful sounds, along with Kevin Murphy, who's going to also join them. So we're going to have a wonderful night of celebration and music, and there'll be also a number of basket raffles. So please God, that will be a wonderful success for us. I'm sure it already is a success, but it'll be a better success if more people can come out and enjoy the night and help to celebrate, and as we continue to support the East African missions. We've recently received a number of mission appeals to do across America this year, so Father Stephen is going to be very busy. He's going to be traveling across America from Maine to New York to Chicago, so he's going to get to see a lot of America.
Oh, isn't
While
that
some of
wonderful?
our other confreres are going to go to California and Texas and Oklahoma, so there's lots of traveling to be done by our Palatines this year to get back into the buzz of fundraising to support our East African missions.
I think that's wonderful. Now tell me, if someone is interested in purchasing one of those raffle tickets, they're what, $50 each, and can they, are there
Yes.
still some left? Can they call the office and get them?
They can call the office and speak with Pam, and we can either do it via a credit card, or people can mail in a check, or people can either or call to the office, or whatever suits. Pam is very flexible with people to allow them, and she will then mail them back out their stub if they wish to buy it buy it across the telephone from her. So that would be no difficulty with that at all.
All right, and that number is, or
It's 734-285-2966. That's 734-285-2966.
excellent. And other news you'd like to share with us before we hear a
Well,
blessing?
Easter has been a great time now in our parish. The crowds this year have been the biggest crowds we have seen all year at church. Better than we've surpassed Christmas by huge numbers. All our churches were standing room only this morning, which is wonderful to see. We've had we had 400 people in St. Joe's, and over 400 people for the 11:30 Mass, and we had 400 for the 8 o'clock Mass, and we had 260 or 70 down in St. Pat's for the 9:30 Mass. So it's been a wonderful Easter morning.
Isn't that nice? Yeah, I was surprised, impressed, and very happy to see so many out today. And
Absolutely. It's great that people feel the call of Jesus to come back to the church and to celebrate and to give glory to the risen Lord. He's helping us to overcome the struggles in life, and yes, he's going to guide us through all that's happening in the world.
And we definitely need guidance and prayers for that, don't we?
Absolutely, absolutely. And we wish all we thank you too, Kathleen, for the great work you do for the Irish community across Detroit. And we send blessings to every member who are listening in through this wonderful new system which you have set up here, the Cave Radio, that allows us to be heard across the world as well as across Detroit. So we thank everyone for helping us and assisting us. And we send you Easter blessings this year. So we'll give you a special blessing in the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Loving God and Father, we ask you to implore the blessings of the risen Lord upon all who are listening to Irish radio in Detroit at this time. We ask you, Lord God, to strengthen them in their time of need and to guide them, and that you, Lord God, the risen Lord, may help, direct, protect, and guide them on the path of life. That you are with us in the times of light and in the times of darkness, and we ask you, Lord God, to help us and to know that we may always turn to you in our time of need. Jesus, our risen Lord, is there to guide us as we pray in the words that he taught us to pray. And this day we pray them in the Irish language, a great gift that the Lord God gave us. Arden Yahar, a Thorden Yav, or Nath Fordanum, Godaga Koreath, Bunyenta the Header and Thalaf, Mornienta and Yav. Arden Ron Leho, Thordun and Yorgas, Mike Dunor Veacha, or a Wahamet Mad on the Vecan of Fain, is Nalig Shinigahu, a Sir Shinawalk. Amen.
Amen.
May the blessings of Almighty God shine down upon you and keep you all safe. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Well, thank you so very much. We really appreciate your touching base with us every now and then, and certainly all the blessings and prayers that you send our way.
You're very welcome. I'm sure there's many of the Irish in New York this weekend at the GAA games that are happening. The Sligo team come over to play in New York, so that's why I'm sure you're missing some of your regulars as well.
Well, you know what? You need to stay tuned because we do have our roving reporter today. Poor Keegan is in New York, and hopefully is going to be calling in right before that start of the game at 2:30. Yes,
well, that'll be fantastic.
Yeah, there's a big contingency of Detroit Irish out there cheering on that Sligo team, and I know if you could have gotten away, you'd been one of them too. But
I would indeed, but
yeah.
I can't be everywhere, and more than. Some of our other friends are watching the Tipperary unfortunately getting bet today by Waterford this morning, and then there's a big game on now this afternoon when Limerick are playing Cork. So that'll be another big game for all the supporters to be tuning in to see who's going to win the Munster final, as well as those who are going to be partaking in New York and throughout the great game. So. Easter Sunday is always a busy day, and it's always a day that's filled with, I suppose, with for the Irish, where they go back to the celebrations of the formation of the Irish state. So it has a kind of a twofold meaning for the Irish. So we ask the Lord just to keep everyone safe. Right. And health is more important than everything else.
Absolutely, and we can all continue to pray for peace and justice and freedom for all. And
absolutely, peace in Ireland and peace in Ukraine and peace across the world, because we need the Lord to shine His light of peace into the world.
Absolutely, yep. All right. Well, thank you so very much, and go and enjoy your friends and a nice meal, and maybe take in a bit of the game later this afternoon. All right.
Absolutely. Good night and good afternoon to you all, and have a wonderful day.
Thanks so very much, Father Brendan. God bless you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
It's always a joy to hear from Father Brendan. For those of you that have just started listening to Detroit Irish Radio, he was the one that helped us through many of those earlier Sundays of radio broadcasts when we had to learn to do it from home, and he made sure there was a recording to give us encouragement, and we will be forever grateful to him for all that he does for the community here in Metro Detroit. With that, how about some more music? Although where we are having to deal with the events that took place in 1916, Easter Monday is actually when it's occurred, but of course there was planning prior to that. This time up, we will hear from another member or entertainer in the Irish community, now moved back to Ireland, and that it's our good friend Brenda McNulty, who has been listening via this way, K Radio. So we thank you, Brendan, and appreciate the news that you share, and we're hoping that his nephew, Dee McNulty, is doing better. And then we're going to follow it up with Geraldine and Danny Doyle. They were brother and sister, about the minstrel boy. We'll hear more in those songs of what takes place.
Oh, Father, why are you so sad on this bright Easter morn, when Irishmen are proud and glad of a land where they were born? Oh, son, I've seen in the memory's view of the far old distant day, when being just a lad like you, I joined the good old IRA. Where are the lads that stood with me when history was made? Oh, 𝐾𝐞𝐭𝐫𝐤𝐢𝐿, I long to see the boys of the old brigade. And hills and farm, the call to arm was heard by one and all, and from the glen came brave young men to answer Ireland's call. It was long ago we faced a foe, the old brigade and me, and side by side they fought and died that Ireland might be free. Where are the lads that stood with me when history was made? Oh, 𝐾𝐞𝐭𝐫𝐤𝐢𝐿, I long to see the boys of the old brigade. On Easter morn I sigh, for I recall my comrades all from a dark long days gone by. I think of men who fought in Glen with the rifles and grenade. May heaven keep our lads who sleep on the ranks of the old brigade. Where are the lads that stood with me when history was made? Oh, 𝐾𝐞𝐭𝐫𝐤𝐢𝐿, I long to see the boys of the old brigade.
The minstrel boy to the war is gone. In the ranks of death you will find him. His father's sword he has girded on, and his wild harp slung behind him. Land of song, said the warrior bard, though all the world betrays thee, one sword at least thy right shall guard, one faithful harp shall praise thee.
I am come of the seed of the people that sorrow, that have no treasure but hope, no riches laid up but a memory of an ancient glory. My mother bore me in bondage my mother was born. I am of the blood of serfs. The children with whom I have played, the men and women with whom I have eaten, have had masters over them, have been under the lash of masters, and, though gentle, have served churls. And now I speak, being full of vision. I speak to my people, and I speak in my people's name to the masters of my people. I say to my people that they are holy, that they are august despite their chains, that they are greater than those that hold them, and stronger and purer. And I say to my people's masters, beware. Beware of the thing that is coming. Beware of the risen people who shall take what ye would not give. Did ye think to conquer the people, or that law is stronger than life and than men's desire to be free? We will try it out with you, ye that have harried and held, ye that have bullied and bribed, tyrants, hypocrites, liars. The minstrel fell, but the flowman's chains could not keep his proud soul under. The harp he loved ne'er spoke again, for he tore its chords asunder, saying, yet no chains shall sully thee, thou soul of love and bravery. Thy songs were meant for the pure and free. They shall never sound in slavery.
I'm going to say 𝐂𝐸𝐽 to those celebrating anniversaries this week, including on Thursday, we have Jerome and Diana Kavanaugh celebrating 27 years of marriage. And on Saturday, Kevin and Shelley Murphy, 39 years of marriage. Congratulations to both of them, or both those couples, and for all of you that whose names I do not have, we wish you all the best too. Kevin Murphy is one of the ones that Father Brendan had mentioned will be down at the Wyandotte KFC on the 29th of April to do the fundraiser for the Palatine Fathers. And he's joining Muncher, which is a wonderful group of members of the parish that play Irish music and put on little concerts every now and then to add to the music in some of the special masses, including on St. Patrick's Day. So it should be a great night of entertainment, as well as hopefully raising monies for the Palatine Fathers who do so much good work in the community and throughout the world. Coming up on Saturday, if you are interested in learning more about your ancestry and doing genealogical research, perhaps you'd like to join the Irish Genealogical Society of Michigan. They normally meet the third Saturday of the month, but of course this month it was a Holy Saturday, so they're meeting this coming month, or this coming Saturday on the 23rd. However, once again, it's going to be a virtual meeting. They haven't resumed in person yet, but they have great speakers, and they do a nice job of informing of us of getting online for the Zoom meetings. The speaker this month is a fellow that has done a lot of research in, and he has a PhD in chemistry, so of course he's really involved in the DNA testing that has come out of late. Richard Hanley is going to be the speaker not only this month, but it's a continuation for next month, where he will explain the different things you can learn through the testing. And part one is demystified. This session will focus on providing an easy-to-understand foundation of DNA and its role in inheritance. It may be especially helpful to persuade some who have not yet taken the plunge into DNA testing because they feel like it's too complicated. So you can learn a lot. If you are interested and are not a member, you need to contact, you can go to miigsm.org, that's their website, and request to become a member, or you'll find out more how you can get involved as well. And then next month, their presentation is going to be on May 21st at 1:30, and it will be part 2 of Richard Hanley's talk on DNA and testing and how it can help with your genealogical research. Very fascinating, all that stuff. So with that, how about we go into, and later that night, let me mention, we will have the group, the Codgers, entertaining at the Gaelic League from 8 to 10 p.m. That's on the 23rd as well. Keep that in mind as we go into a couple more songs here. We're going to send them out to those that are in need of prayers at this time. We have our little list here, but we know everybody has their own family members and friends that they want to include. So keep those that are not feeling very well on this Easter Sunday in your thoughts and prayers. But let's also remember those that are on our prayer list, including Bob Anderson, Sylvia Renee Aurora, Laura Bond, Judy and Tom Bruni, Bill Carney, John Couture, Kitty Durbin, Brian Dunleavy, Bruce Farrell, John Finnerty, Bridie Flynn, Ed Foley, Chris Furton, Mary Gold, Dave and Aaron Keene, Howard Kelly, Nancy Kelly, Ann Kerwin, Gary Lane, Kathleen LaFleur, Kevin Lussick, Richard McMurray, Richard McNichols, Damian McNulty, Bridget Murray, Tom O'Halloran, Gertie O'Kennedy, Father Dan O'Sullivan, Joe Parsky, Marianne Quinn, Teresa Roddy, Marilyn Soloka, Chris Scanlon, Mary Sheehy, Sarah Turner, Lexton William, Joan Wisely, and once again, your family members and friends, members of our community, and also the caregivers, the doctors, the nurses, and hospital staff, and our own family members that are in need of prayers as well. We're going to hear South Dublin Union with Let's Sing Ireland, and then followed up with another one of our wonderful local entertainers, and that is Terry Murphy with Aaron Go Bra. And just a reminder, he has a birthday this week, so very happy birthday to Terry as well.
Let's sing high, let's sing low, let's sing Ireland. Let's sing of her mountains, lakes and her vales, of her forests, hills and streams, of her people and their dreams, of Ireland, a nation peaceful and free. I've a dream that I live on a free island with no soldiers, guns, no bombs, no armored cars, where the hate words they have ceased and the new words are of peace. And the loudest noise you hear are children playing in our streets. Let's sing high, let's sing low, let's sing Ireland. Let's sing of her mountains, lakes and her vales, of her forests, hills and streams, of her people and their dreams, of Ireland, a nation peaceful and free.
In my dream, the people sing all over Dublin, Derry, Galway and Belfast, where the border once was manned. There's a sign saying Ireland divided we fell, and now together we stand.
Let's sing high, let's sing low, let's sing Ireland. Let's sing of her mountains, lakes and her vales, of her forests, hills and streams, of her people and their dreams, of Ireland, a nation peaceful and free.
If this dream should come true in our lifetime, and this land I love should once more be at peace, all the heroes of the past would all rest in peace at last. In Ireland, a nation peaceful and free.
Let's sing high, let's sing low, let's sing Ireland. Let's sing of her mountains, lakes and her vales, of her forests, hills and streams, of her people and their dreams, of Ireland, a nation peaceful and free, of Ireland, a nation peaceful and free.
I'll sing you a song of a row in the town, when the green flag went up and the crown right came down. 'Twas the neatest and sweetest thing ever you saw, and they played that great game called an All 1,000 brave men now of every degree, with their rifles and bayonets they swore they'd be free. One fine Easter morning they laughed at the law, and they played the best game played in the air in God rest Alan Pearce and his comrades who died, Tom Clark, MacDonough, MacDermott, McBride, and here's to Jem Connolly who gave one hurrah as he placed the machine guns for Erin O'Brien. And brave Templera was down at Ringsend for the honour of Ireland to hold and defend. He had no veteran soldiers but volunteers raw, making sweet Mauser music for Erin O'Brien. Old Kent and his comrades like lions in May, from the south Dublin Union poured death and dismay. And what was their wrath when those Englishmen saw all the dead khaki soldiers in Erin O'Brien. And here's to Ned Daly and all his command, from the four coats to Broadstone their fighting was grand. For the might of the Empire they cared not a straw, and they played the best game played in the Erin O'Brien. Now our brave English captain was raving that day, saying, "Give me 1 hour, I'll blow them away." 'cause her bullet got stuck in his craw, and he died of bullet poison or here in Gomorrah. Here's health to the men of the brave rank and file, and the loyal-hearted women of Erin's Green Isle. The true men salute them in wonder and awe, the bravest and the greatest in Erin Gomorrah. All honour to Dublin, to hers the renown, and the long generations her fame will go down, and the children will tell how their forefathers saw the red blaze of freedom o'er Erin Gomorrah. And the children will tell how their forefathers saw the red blaze of freedom o'er Erin Gomorrah.
All right, we are excited to make mention that we do have one of our listeners, our callers, the one I just spoke about, our good friend Brendan McNulty, all the way from Ireland, calling in on this Easter. Happy Easter to you, Brendan. How are you doing? Can you hear us?
Hello?
Yes. I don't know if my connection...
Hold it up to your
Okay. Can you hear us?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Well, you're on the air, so happy Easter to you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I better watch what I say.
Exactly. So let's start with, how is your nephew doing?
I'm talking into the speaker.
How are your how
There you go.
how is your nephew doing?
He had surgery, and the surgery went good, and he's recovering in hospital, so he should be out soon. But if he hadn't have collapsed in the house, he collapsed in front of his wife and 2 children. But if he'd have been out in his bar in his backyard, nobody would have known.
Oh dear. We're getting a little bit of feedback. Can you turn your radio down a little bit? So computer or whatever it is, just turn the sound down a little bit. But how are things in the north of Ireland right now?
It's good. Businesses, all the restaurants, bars, you can't get into them at the moment because they're all jam-packed for Easter Sunday.
Oh, really? Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So you're able...
Yeah, it's good for businesses, though.
I'm glad to hear that. So you've been able to listen to the program, and you're able to. Did you hear us play your song already today? We played the Boys of the Old Brigade.
Yeah.
Good.
You know, there's a little story if you have time to listen to it. The Boys of the Old Brigade in Cage 4. I was in Cage 4, and the guy that wrote that, he was in Cage 5, and when the internees were being released, the rest of the internees would form a line, and as the internees were walking out, we would all sing Boys of the Old Brigade.
Well, isn't that interesting? And here, so you got to meet the writer of it.
It would give you goosebumps if you'd have been there at the time when they were all singing that. So, yeah. It brings a tear every time I hear that song, whether I sing it or somebody else sings it.
Right, right. Well, Brendan, we wish you a very happy Easter. Or you're a little ahead of us there, but we will be missing you at the St. Pat's Festival. That's where I always enjoyed seeing you on. This year it's on May 1st. They're finally going back live.
Yeah, I was just thinking, wishing I was there, but I'm still here, alive and well, in Kerrygart, Donegal, and I'm not too far from, but an hour's drive, and I'm in Derry, Strabane, and then Omagh, etc. Sligo's about 2-hour drive. So.
Well, very nice. Well, thank you for making the attempt and making it work for us that we get to hear from you today. Wishing you a wonderful day with your family and a great spring, summer ahead. We hope to hear from you more often, okay? God bless you.
Happy 1916 anniversary. I hope it's all quiet up north. I haven't heard anything about if there's any disturbances, etc. So fingers crossed, and nice to hear from you.
All right. God bless you, and we will pray for peace. All right. You take care. God bless.
God bless.
Yep. Bye-bye. With that, we will thank Brendan McNulty for not only tuning in via the internet and K radio broadcast and making it possible for him to even call in. And you too can also do that. We want to make mention that I've heard it from a few folks already today that are listening, including Stacy Skinador from Illinois. Every week she's been checking in with us and really appreciate it. This week she has her niece that will be also listening to it. So thanks, Stacy. Wishing you a happy Easter, as well as Mark Hurley has checked in with us as well. Appreciate hearing that you're doing good and wishing you a very wonderful Easter too. With that, let's go into a couple more songs here. That's next one was not someone that was from our Irish community, but we are so grateful that he now is and lives in the area, and that is Indon Riley from Dublin, a very wonderful entertainer, singer, songwriter, and musician who has, through the COVID, kept us company, and we were all enjoying his weekly Saturday concerts, and learned that he is releasing a new album, Whisperings, coming up in May, and will be a part of our 25th anniversary celebration that's happening on May 7th for the Detroit Irish Radio. We're going to have a big party that night, and all of you that are listening, contributors, the ones that have provided music, news, came into the studio, called in, financially supported us, and all the rest of you that would like to learn all about Detroit Irish Radio, you're welcome to come down on May 7th to the Gaelic League Irish American Club, located at 2068 Michigan Avenue in Detroit and Corktown. From 7 to 10, we're getting a great lineup of entertainment, including Indon Riley, the one we're going to hear from next, as well as Mick Gavin and Michael Gavin and some of the family members' friends, some from Ann Arbor, the Dalloway children. We'll have a few of them with their wonderful music, and a few of the Ardon Academy of Irish dancers will also be here that night. The rest of us will come down and enjoy the music, socialize, and there will be cake and soda bread and brown bread, and just a night to celebrate 25 years and looking forward to another 25 years of Detroit Irish radio. So we're going to hear a song that Endon Riley just released for this weekend for us to enjoy because it is in the season of the Easter Rising. And it will also be on his latest album, Whispering. So we're going to hear The Foggy Dew being sung by Endon Riley, and then followed off with another entertainer that was part of the group that put on this album of Detroit Sings of Easter Week, and that is our good friend John Freeman, and he will be singing the song Off to Dublin. Enjoy.
As down the glen one Easter morn to a city fair rode I. Their armoured lines of marching men in squadrons passed me by. No pipe did hum or battle drum did sound its dread tattoo. But the Angelus bell, or Liffey swell, rang out through the foggy dew. Right proudly high over Dublin town, they hung out the flag of war. 'Twas better to die 'neath an Irish sky than at Suvla or Sudelbar. Oh, and from the plains of Royal Meath, strong men came hurrying through, while Britannia's Huns, with their long-range guns, sailed in through the foggy dew. 'Twas Britannia bade our wild geese go, that small nations might be free. But their lonely graves are by Suvla's waves on the shore of the grey North Sea. Ah, but had they died by Pierce's side, or fought with Cabron, their names we would keep where the Fenians sleep, 'neath the shroud of the foggy dew. But the bravest fell, and the requiem bell rang mournfully clear for those who died that Easter tide in the springtime of the year. And the world did gaze in deep amaze at those fearless men but few, who bore the fight that freedom's light might shine through the foggy dew. So back through the glen I rode again, my heart with grief was sore, for I parted then with women and men I never shall see no more. And to and fro in my dreams I go, I kneel and I pray for you, for slavery fled, oh glorious dead, when you fell in the foggy dew. When you fell in the foggy dew.
I am a merry
plowboy, I'd plow the fields all day, till a sudden thought came to my mind that I should roam away. I'm sick and tired of slavery since the day that I was born. So I'm off to join the IRA. I'm off tomorrow morn. And it's off to Dublin in the green, where the helmets glisten in the sun, where the bayonets clash, the rifles flash, to the echo of a Thompson gun. I'll leave behind my pick and spade, I'll leave behind my plow, I'll leave behind my horse and yoke, no more I'll need them now. I'll leave behind my Mary, she's the Colleen that I adore, and I wonder if she'll think of me when she hears those rifles roar. And it's off to Dublin in the green, where the helmets glisten in the sun, where the bayonets clash, the rifles flash, to the echo of a Thompson gun. And dear old Ireland's free, I'll take her to a church to wed, a rebel's wife she'll be. Now some men fight for silver, and others fight for gold, but the IRA is fighting for the land that the Saxons stole. And it's off to Dublin in the green, where the helmets glisten in the sun, where the bayonets clash, the rifles flash, to the echo of a Thompson gun. Yes, it's off to Dublin in the green, where the helmets glisten in the sun, where the bayonets clash, the rifles flash, to the echo of a Thompson gun.
All right, I'd like to take a moment and remember a loved one from the community that has died. I was saddened to learn that Jim Roy, or James Michael Roy, died a week ago Friday on April 8th. Sadly, we weren't aware of it for last Sunday's program, but wonderful man, full of life and joy, very active. I was married to his wife Shirley for nearly 45 years. Jim, interestingly enough, opened his own Montessori school in Troy back in 1984. He had gone to Italy and was taught in that manner, and he worked until he retired at the age of 78, having taught hundreds of thousands of children over the course of his career. Jim was also very active in his parish at St. Suzanne's Church, where he was on the softball team, part of the men's club, and even helped at the fish fries and the pancake breakfasts. He played hockey most of his life and even played in the Senior Olympics at Lake Placid. He and his brother Bud played hockey together for at least 79 years until he hung up his skates at the age of 86. A member of the AOH and the Gaelic League, Jim Roy loved Cayley dancing. He is survived by his wife Sheila and his children Mary, James, and Julia, and his sister Rita. Has many nieces and nephews and 5 grandchildren. His parents, Mary and James Roy, and his brother Bud, predeceased him. The funeral the wake was at Neely Tarowski Funeral Home, if you want to go back and look at the funeral obit, and the mass was at St. Suzanne Our Lady Gate of Heaven Church on Tuesday of last week. In lieu of flowers, donations are being requested to Right to Life Michigan or the Methodist Children's Home Society. So we want to extend our condolences to his wife, Sheila, and family, and the many people that he's touched, not only in his teaching career, but throughout the Irish community. Jim was just a joy to be around, and yes, he did love to do the Ceilidh dancing, and will be missed by those groups as well. Now, talking about organizations, we want to make mention that there are things happening at the AOH this week as well. They have a special event happening on Wednesday with the return of a group called the Byrne Brothers. They will be at the AOH Hall, which is located in Redford on 5 Mile Road. The address is 25300 5 Mile Road between Beach Daily and Telegraph. This coming Wednesday, the concert begins at 7 p.m. Tickets are $20 a piece. If you would like tickets and haven't gotten them yet, you can call 248-345-7761 to find out if tickets are still available and what time the doors open. But this is a great, lively group of family, 3 brothers and their father, that have won multiple awards with their musical playing and dancing. Originally from, I believe the father was from Dublin. They did win awards in the competitions in the Ulster Championship Irish competitions, and 2018 they moved to Orlando, Florida, and they were cast members at Walt Disney World. Now they are playing music all over the world and have millions of viewers on social media. And so if you get the chance, come on out and see this great band. Once again, it includes 3 brothers. There's Luca, who mainly plays accordion, Finn on the banjo, mandolin, and guitar, Dempsey on the horn and whistle, and their father, Tommy, on the Alien pipes, Alien pipes, fiddle, and guitar. So with that, we are going to hear a song from the Byrne Brothers. The song is The Nights, and then we're going to follow it up with a selection of patriotic or medley by Patty Noonan.
Once upon a young year, when all the shadows disappeared, the animals inside came out to play. Went face to face with all our fears, learned our lesson through the tears, made memories we knew would never fade. One day my father, he told me, son, don't let it slip away. He took me in his arms, I heard him say, when you get older, your wild heart will live for younger days. Think of me if ever you're afraid. He said, one day you'll leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember. My father told me when I was just a child, these are the nights that never die. Shining stars. He said, go venture far beyond the shores. Don't forsake your life for yours. I'll guide you home no matter where you are. One day my father, he told me, son, don't let it slip away. He took me in his arms, I heard him say, when you get older, your wild heart will live for younger days. Think of me if ever you're afraid. He said, one day you leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember. My father told me when I was just a child, these are the nights that never die.
All right, we have with us now Porrick Egan. I don't know how much we're going to hear, but how are you doing, Porrick, out there in New York?
He can't hear you over the noise.
Hello, can you hear us? Go ahead, you can talk. Yep.
Go ahead and talk.
Go ahead, you can talk, Porrick.
Am I here, Kathleen?
Yes, you are. Hello.
Oh, hi, Kathleen. It's calling you from Gaelic Park in the Bronx, New York. Sorry if I might not be hear you so well because there's some national anthems going on. The crowd are in the background, and it's a little windy. So if I talk through you, that's the reason. But anyhow, we're in the Bronx, New York, and in the shadow of Manhattan College. Sligo versus New York. It's the first round of the All-Ireland Championship. The only game actually to be played on U.S. soil this year, and the teams are actually just about to take their places on the field. Anybody interested in watching the game live? It's on 𝐃𝐞𝐭𝐫, and the game is going to be starting like in about 5 minutes. So, are you still there, Kathleen?
I am, and I'm letting you do all the talking if you like.
Only because it's difficult enough to hear you talking back. So anyhow, the US and Irish national anthems are actually just going to be played in a few minutes. I should say they were playing another warm-up tune before that. So anyhow, there's approximately about, I don't know, probably about 6,000 people here. Mainly from New York, but we have visitors from Sligo and GAA supporters, I suppose, from across the USA. And as I told you a couple of weeks ago, this started back in 2000, and each year a team from Connacht comes out to play against New York in the first round of the All-Ireland. Now, just maybe I'll stop talking for a moment. You might hear the national anthem being sung in the background.
All right.
I know, can you hear that or not, Kathleen? But there's a lovely singer here singing the national anthem. Anyhow, as I was saying, it started back in 2000, and each year there has been teams from the different counties in Connacht, and here we are, 2022, with Sligo versus New York. I'm actually don't want to talk too loud because I got the national anthem being played. People are wondering why I'm doing all the talking.
I was going to say.
So maybe I'll let you talk in for a second, Kathleen.
I will, and we appreciate the fact that Porrick Egan is there in New York. Maybe we can listen to him.
So anyhow, that's it. Game is about to start, and just to say hello to everybody in Detroit, and we'll be back to you in the next week, and we'll give you some updated news.
Oh, and a good win for you too. Safe travel. We enjoyed it, and it really shows.
Yeah. So now we actually have the Irish, the U.S. national anthem. All right, Kathleen. It's just difficult to kind of talk with so much kind of rumbling going on in the background. But say hello to everybody, and we'll be in touch next week.
All right. God bless, and safe travels back. Enjoy your time together. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, isn't that nice? I was wondering how that was going to go when he said that Porrick had said he would call from New York. We know the excitement, we know the loudness of being at a game, and it certainly is exciting for him and his family, and for all the Sligo fans to be there. Watching firsthand. He actually has a couple of nephews, I believe, or at least one nephew that's playing in the game today. So exciting times. I look forward to what Porrick Egan shares with us next Sunday or in the weeks to come. But away from home and hasn't forgotten his duties as that roving reporter and giving us the GA news. And for those of you that are interested, he has mentioned it before. If you go to 𝐺AAGo.IE, you can see many of these GA games. There might be a small fee, but well worth it if you're into the sports. With that, we are continue with our 1916 commemorative program today of the Easter Rising in Ireland and what changed the direction of Ireland going forward, and we continue to see it evolve and pray that there will be one nation one day, united in peace and justice. We do hear this next one, a poem from Derek Warfield about James Connolly, one of the leaders. I think he was like second in command, actually a Union fella, and you'll hear through the song that will be sung by McSpillin, another one of our local groups that was on that very special CD many years ago, with the song of James Connolly, of what a sad ending it was for him, as well as we already know that the other ones were also executed. We'll hear those two selections now.
The man was all shot through that came today into the barrack square, and a soldier I'm not proud to say we killed him there. They brought him from the prison hospital, and to see him in that chair, I thought his smile would far more quickly call a man to prayer. Maybe I don't understand this thing that makes these rebels die, yet all things love freedom and the spring clear in the sky. I think I would not do this deed again for all that I hold by, as I gazed down my rifle at his breast. But then a soldier They say he was kindly, different too, apart from all the rest, a lover of the poor, and all shot through, his wounds ill-dressed. He came before us and faced us like a man who knew a deeper pain than blows or bullets ere the world began. Died he in vain? Ready, present, and he just smiling. God, I felt my rifle shake. His wounds were opened, and around his chair a pool of blood. I swear his lips said, "Fire," when all was still before my rifle spat that cursed lead. And I was picked to kill a man like that, James Connolly.
Apostles of freedom are ever idolized when dead, but crucified when alive.
A great crowd had gathered outside of Kilmainham, their heads all uncovered. They knelt to the ground, for inside that grim prison lay a brave Irish soldier, his life for his country about to lay down. He went to his death like a true son of Ireland, the firing party he bravely did face. Then the order rang out, present arms and fire. James Connolly fell into a ready-made grave. The black flag was hoisted, the cruel deed was over. Gone was a man who loved Ireland so well. There was many a sad heart in Dublin that morning when they murdered James Connolly, the Irish rebel. Many die since that Irish rebellion, when the guns of Britannia they loudly did speak, and the bold IRA stood shoulder to shoulder as the blood from their bodies flowed down Sackville Street. The four courts of Dublin, the English bombarded, the spirit of freedom they tried hard to quell. But above all the din came the cry, no surrender, was the voice of James Connolly, the Irish rebel.
All right, just want to take a quick minute and thank some of our organizations, including, or not some of them, the ones that have contributed to this radio program, great sponsors of the program, including the Friendly Sons of St. Patrick, the Motor City Irish Fest, Porrick-Egan and Emerald Plumbing, Knights of Equity Court 6 and the Daughters of Erin, the Fraternal Order of United Irishmen, Gaelic League Irish American Club, the AOH Stephen Walsh and Blessed Solanus Casey Division, the Don Academy of Irish Dance and Kitty's Cayley, the Ladies Internal of Hibernians Elizabeth Fagan, Catherine McCauley, Ethel Kennedy and Rose Kennedy Divisions, Kevin and Shelley Murphy and Murphy's Restaurant in Retford, Brian Dunleavy and Dunleavy's Irish Pub in Allen Park, Stephen Maloney and Maloney Tile and Marble, Father Brendan McCarrick and the Irish Palatine Fathers, John G. Irwin and EXP Realty, and Mike Kelly and Environmental Maintenance Engineers Incorporated. Talking about Brian Dunleavy and Dunleavy's Irish Pub, that is the site of a fundraiser next Sunday for the Motor City Irish Fest. The festivities start at 3 o'clock. And there will be raffles. There's always great food to be purchased and merchandise to buy as well. Proceeds going to this wonderful festival that's happening on June 10th, 11th, and 12th out at Green Mead in Livonia. So if you can get out to the festival coming up, the fundraiser coming up this next Sunday, April 24th, there's continuous live Irish entertainment. It's free admission, and once again, there's raffles, food, drink, and merchandise available for purchase. It's called the Preview Party for the Motor City Irish Festival, and that's right at Allen Park, it's on Allen Road, just a little east of Southfield Road. Also happening next Sunday is the monthly pub quiz at the Gaelic League. Normally it's the third Sunday, but that's today, and it's Easter, so it will be next Sunday beginning at 4 o'clock. Everyone's welcome to attend. Bring your team of 5 or come on your own and join a team. Always a lot of fun, meet new people and learn something new. Admission is $5. With that, we have time to at least get in another we'll do one song and come back with some more sponsors to thank. We have My Last Farewell being sung by Patrick Woods, and it's about Porrick Pierce.
My Last Farewell is a new song which vividly captures the love Padraig Pearse had for his mother, family and country. Based on actual letters he wrote from Kilmainham jail in 1916, the song shows how Pearse was not aware that his brother Willie would also be executed. My Last Farewell reflects how Pearse often referred to his beloved Ireland as mother. Dearest mother, I am writing just to say I won't be home. There's something that I have to do, and I must do alone. They took me and they put me in this lonely prison cell. Tonight my thoughts are with you as I say my last farewell. So say goodbye to Margaret, Mary, Bridget and me Hall. I have no friends to tell you how much I miss you all. And though I may not show it, you know I've loved you well. So in my final letter I will bid my last farewell. Dearest brother, won't you take good care of all the folks for me? Go home to Rathfarnham on the day they set you free. I was happy when you stood by me in all that we've been through. No one has ever had so true a brother such as you. So say goodbye to Margaret, Mary, Bridget and me Hall. I have no friends to tell you how much I miss you all. And though I may not show it, you know I've loved you well. So in my final letter I will bid my last farewell. Dearest mother, it's so very sad that now we have to part. To understand the reasons that trouble your poor heart, I have told you since I was a boy, it was my destiny to die a true brave soldier, so that one day you'd be free. So say goodbye to Margaret, Mary, Bridget and me Hall. I have no friends to tell you how much I miss you all. And though I may not show it, you know I've loved you well. So in my final letter I will bid my last farewell.
All right, we still have a lot of news to share with you. Just a reminder that the Gaelic League's fish dinners are over because it's Lent is over. But the fish fries continue, the fish dinner, not fries, but dinners continue out at the AOH Hall every Friday, and all of you are welcome to be a part of it. Always a nice night of good food, baked or fried, and then there's entertainment as well. And this weekend, or this Friday, excuse me, is going to be McLaughlin's Alley that will be entertaining. So get the chance, do go out there and enjoy that. And also, the other thing I want to make mention, in 2 weeks' time, we will be out at the St. Patrick's Senior Center for the annual St. Patrick's Festival, finally resuming in person. It's the 45th annual, and there's a wonderful lineup of entertainment. This is located at 58 Parsons Street, right behind Orchestra Hall in Midtown Detroit. They do have parking in the Orchestra Hall parking structure, and I think there's a $5 admission. They also were selling raffle tickets that you could purchase in advance, $100 tickets. So go to their website, which is St. Pat's with an S and CTR for center. @gaelicleague.org, and phone number there is 313-833-7080. Once again, a wonderful place to give your support to and monies to is St. Pat Senior Center. And the other thing I wanted to make mention is the United Irish Society's Jim DeWan Memorial Scholarship Program. Tickets are available for their luncheon on May 15th, but more important, if you're wanting to be a sponsor or provide an ad, those are due by April 30th. You can email them at uisjdmemorial@yahoo.com, or go to their website as well, which is not right in front of me. It's Jim DeWan. JimDeWanScholarship.com to check out how you can be helpful and benefit that program as well. Do we have enough time? We will at least have time for this next song, and that is Grace, being sung by Larry Larson, another one of our wonderful entertainers that passed away just a few years ago. This is about Grace Gifford, also in coming in jail, going to marry her husband, her boyfriend, Joseph Mary Plunkett, and knowing that they did not have much time together.
As we gather in the chapel here in old Kilmainham jail, as we gather in the chapel here in old Kilmainham jail, I think about the past few weeks. Will they say we failed from our school days? They have told us we must yearn for liberty. All I want in this dark place is to have you here with me. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love, I place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, for we must say goodbye. No, I know it's hard for you, my love, to ever understand the love I bear for these great men, my love for this dear land. But when Pádraig called me to his side down in the GPO, I had to leave my own sickbed to him. I had to go. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love, I place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, for we must say goodbye. And as the dawn is breaking, my heart is breaking too. On this May morn, as I walk out, my thoughts will be of you. I write some words upon the wall so everyone will know I loved so much that I could see his blood upon the rose. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love, I place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, for we must say goodbye.
All right, just a little reminder that the Gaelic League Irish American Club is closed today. There is no Easter program here this year. on this Easter Sunday. Just keep that in mind. And next week it's the pub quiz starting at 4 o'clock. But during the week, the Aaron and August the bread and butter program is happening. It's $20. Fellow from Dublin, Mansion Megan, is coming over to bake sourdough bread and talk the Irish language. In doing so, it's going to be a nice, informative, fun evening. If you want tickets, you can call 586-254-3541. That's happening Thursday, the 21st, at 7 p.m. The other event that's happening is out at the AOH Hall on Wednesday, as the Byrne Brothers are coming in to the AOH Hall for a wonderful concert. That also starts at 7 o'clock, and the admission price is also $20. Call 248-345-7761 if you want tickets or find out more information. You can always go to the Gaelic League of Detroit.org website and click on Irish links, and you will be able to see the various organizations and their websites are there. But we got time to get in a song that I think is so important, especially on this Easter Sunday, of Let There Be Peace on Earth. Many people around the world are praying for peace, are observing this special day, and we have 𝐾𝐞𝐭 singing a nice rendition of it. And then, should we come back and we'll come back. We'll play that one. Duh.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as our Father, brothers all are we. Let me walk with my brothers in perfect harmony. Let there be peace on earth. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my solemn vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Well, I want to extend a very happy Easter to all of you, to our listeners. both here in the local area and now those that are listening via CRB Cable Radio, or excuse me, I do that, crbradio.com, but Cave Radio Broadcasting. Bruce, it's a pleasure always working with you, and we look forward to being at some of these events live where people can come out and see us, and certainly come out on a normal Sunday and see us.
And catch us making mistakes left and right.
But it makes it shows that it is live, and
it's always fun.
Yeah, and check out some of the other Irish programs that are on crbradio.com, starting on Friday nights through Monday. There's 5 of us that are helping to preserve and promote the Irish culture. With that, we're going to go out with just a little bit of Stephen's Green with the national anthem in Irish, and then follow it with some more patriotic marches on the bagpipes. So I want to say thank you for tuning in to Detroit Irish Radio. It's been your host, Kathleen O'Neill, along with our friend Bruce Smith. Until next week, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Have a great week. Seachtain Gib Galir, 𝐂𝐤𝐿.
Sheena fina foil, a tall for your leggerin. Green slew that's in a Ronnie Queen. 3-5 Shantir no Sheen Sharfasta. The young fair Fentir on off and troll. And at the hands of Heart of Whale, like honor quail can falls no sail. The Ronnie Scrape fell of a navile shall live conning a run of Thanks very much. Good night, safe home. Thank you.